Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this match day -1 press conference with Team USA. We have player Paul Oriola. If you have any questions, please raise your virtual hand and I'll give you the floor. Where do we start? Jeffrey, go ahead.
Thank you. Hey, Paul, Jeff Carlisle here. Just what are the first few days of camp been like? What's the spirit in the group? Because obviously there are a lot of new faces. And what role have you played, given that you're one of the older guys? I'm not going to say the oldest, but you're one of the older guys.
Yeah. Hey, Jeff. Yeah, the first few days of camp have been great. Everyone's come in with a great attitude and obviously a lot of excitement, from the group all around. And I think we're just ready to get the tournament started. That's what we're here to do. And I think our goal is clear, and that's win the Gold Cup. But the vibes have been great. We've been feeling good. There's been a real intensity and a real purpose in trainings, which is good. There's a lot of high energy. And for me, yeah, I think, my role currently is the same, right? I'm here to play. I'm here to help the team in any way possible, whether on the field, off the field, helping with experience and talking guys through, which we've kind of done collectively already, talking about what we can expect, from the games to come. But ultimately, yeah, very excited to be here. I think we're all ready to get going, and we're looking forward to a good match tomorrow.
Hello, Paul. Simon Borg with Sporting News. Paul, you guys start tomorrow, but Mexico, they start today, and you two are always the favorites for this tournament. Is Mexico a side you kind of keep an eye on as they're playing their games during this tournament starting tonight?
To be honest, I think we all try and watch every single game. That's the most important for us. Yeah, I think, of course, you always watch Mexico. That's your rival. That's a big team in CONCACAF. That's a team that, you're always curious on how they do. But overall, in this tournament, there's a lot of games to be played, and there's a long way, I think, for us to go before we get to Mexico. So, not just keen in on Mexico, but just watching every game, especially, watching our own group. We'll see a lot of film with the teams in our group, but overall, I don't think anyone really right now is focused on Mexico or keen in on Mexico. For us, it's kind of all about tomorrow, and then getting footage from there. But yeah, I mean, to answer your question, I think we all will be watching the game tonight. But more importantly, we're focused on ourselves.
Sydney, go ahead.
Hey, Paul, good evening. How are you tonight?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. I want to ask you, you mentioned the younger players earlier. I want to ask you about Nico. He's one of the players that Greg mentioned. Could be things turn on the right wing. Can you talk about how he's been doing in camp?
Yeah, he's great. This is the first time that I've been able to be on the field with Nico, and he's a great player. Obviously, he has a lot of quality. If he didn't show his quality, I know for a fact he wouldn't be here. And I'm really excited to hopefully get to continue to grow with him. Playing on the right side, I oftentimes find myself on the right side. So I think there's a lot of things to be shared, and obviously experience, and the wingers in this system, we are really important to the way that we play and our success in the attacking third. So so far great things from him, and yeah, I'm excited to continue our journey together.
Good evening, Coach. Welcome. Now, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Perfect.
Okay, we'll open the floor for questions. We'll start with Jeffrey.
Thank you. Hey, Greg, Jeff Carlisle here. Just what are your thoughts on Haiti and what you've seen from them? And then as a second part, in terms of Eric Williamson, you know, he's had to kind of be patient to get his chance with the national team. You know, what have you seen from him just in the first few days of training that you've had him?
Hey, Jeffrey, I never heard you called that before. I'm going to start using that, by the way. So, you know, before I start, I just like to, you know, send our thoughts and prayers out to the Mariner family. We learned today that Paul Mariner passed, and, you know, he meant a lot to the soccer community, and he's surely going to be missed. So just wanted to send that out there. Regarding your question, though, Haiti, you know, is an interesting team. I think they have a good team. I think they have good attacking players, physical attacking players. You know, they're really dangerous inside the penalty box on crosses. You know, they're not afraid to have direct play, get the ball to the big striker, move off of him. It will be a challenge. Athletic team, athletic in the back, athletic in midfield. So, you know, we see this as a good test for us, especially as an opening round game. And we're excited for it. You know, I think you always want to be tested in these games, and this is going to be one that's certainly going to push us. So we're looking forward to that. Eric Williamson, you know, we think he had a good season last year in MLS. He's continued on this season, has performed at a good level. And, you know, for us, it's, you know, we have a lot of talent in the midfield, and it's not always easy to break in. And he's a guy that has come into this camp, and we've seen really good signs from him. Really good on the ball, calm, able to see good passes, join attacks, combine well. You know, we really want to see what he can do in this tournament when he gets an opportunity.
Ryan Strauss.
Hey, Greg. Was curious about whether or not you thought it poses a bit of an extra challenge to you guys that Haiti's had the benefit of extra training and 2 competitive games already with this group. And if it does pose a challenge, have you done anything in the past week to try to mitigate that advantage? Maybe simplifying things in training, maybe selecting your starters earlier than you usually would and working with them as a group, something like that. Thanks.
So, you know, Haiti is actually, it's been interesting because they've been together for, you know, almost a whole month, right? They've been playing in those qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers against Canada. And they had these Gold Cup rounds. And I think it's going to help them. I really do. I think it's going to, you know, bring cohesiveness to their team. Regarding our group, you know, this has been a player pool that we've been working with for 2 years. There's only a couple guys that haven't ever been involved with our program. You know, so we hit the ground running. There were some concessions we needed to make to get the guys playing with their clubs and to accommodate our schedule in the Nations League. So we just had to do that. You know, the FIFA window was open, and we opted to bring them in on July 5th. So, you know, that is what it is. That's something we're going to have to deal with. And, you know, we'll be ready to go tomorrow.
Goodwin.
Hey Greg, I appreciate the time. Last time we chatted, I asked about Buzio, and you said you were looking forward to, you know, being able to finally coach him. So just curious now, what you've seen from him. Do you have a better idea of where he might fit into this midfield and how you might use him through these group stage games?
Yeah, you know, he's been a guy I've been really impressed with. Just really intelligent soccer player, reads the game well, technically very, very good, has a great work rate, great engine, good anticipation. I've been really impressed with him and what he's done so far. You know, we're looking forward to getting him on the field, seeing what he can do in international competition. And I think, you know, he's one of these guys that's earned that opportunity. Now, whether he starts tomorrow or comes in as a sub or starts another game, you know, we think he's going to play a role on this tournament, and we're excited to work with him.
Ives Galercep.
Greg, two different topics for me. First, when the rosters came out for the Gold Cup.
I like how you phrase that, 2 different topics instead of 2 different questions. You're getting, that's nice how you're doing that.
Ready. I'm just getting you ready. When the rosters came out, Mexico had close to a full strength squad, and that might have surprised some people. What did you make of that when you saw that? Were you surprised by that? Do you think that was a reaction to losing in the Nations League? And my second question is about the number 6 role, defensive midfield role in your system. how is your interpretation of that role evolved, and how much of a challenge has it been for you to kind of find players that could fit and play it the way you would ideally like it to be played? Is it one of the most, if not the most challenging position for you to kind of address and fill in this pool?
I don't think so. I think it's a very influential position. I think any challenges regarding that position is a welcome challenge. We'd like to see different profiles and how different profiles can interpret the position. But for us, it's a pivotal spot on the field. You know, the movement of that player, the ability for that player to get the ball, get on the ball, you know, sets up a lot of our attacks. His positioning sets up our attacks. The defensive work sets up our attack. The defensive work, you know, sets a good tone on that end of the field. So it is a pivotal position for us, but it's exciting to work with all these different profiles. When I think about, you know, started with Michael Bradley, who's very experienced, you know, had a good understanding for that role, then moving into Jackson and to Tyler Adams and to Kellen when we moved him there, looking at Gianluca Buzio, potentially Eric Williamson. You know, there's some interesting players in that position. And the first question I completely forgot. So remind me again. Oh, Mexico's roster. Everyone, you know, all these coaches have a plan, right? So Tata, there's no chance that he reacted to, you know, a loss in the Nations League and said, hold on, we need to get this group together. They have a plan of how they want to develop their squad for World Cup qualifying. And so do we. And our plan involves, you know, using a different roster in this tournament. And, you know, that's fine. We see this as a great opportunity for very good players to compete for a Gold Cup title. We know this is an outstanding tournament. We know this is a very important tournament for our region. And when you look at the talent playing in this tournament, it's going to be exciting.
Ryan Tolmich.
Hey, Greg, I also wanted to ask about Gianluca a little bit, but less so about how he fits on the field and more so the off the field stuff. You know, looking at him, this could be a life-changing summer for him, both with his first cap with you guys and also these transfer rumors going on. And that could be a lot for someone his age. You know, how does he kind of fit in with this group, you know, with his first camp here? And what is it about him and his personality that kind of makes him ready to take this leap at such a young age?
He's calm and he's mature for his age, you know, really, you know, just really relaxed guy. Not relaxed in the sense that he's aloof. He's relaxed in the sense that he's really comfortable with who he is, and he's really comfortable being here. The guys have warmed to him nicely. The coaching staff have good communication with him. And, you know, everything we preach is about, you know, winning the day, being the best today, trying to use today to get better. And that's the approach that you need, even when you have, you know, a big tournament coming up or, you know, these transfer rumors coming up. It's just about what you do today. And if you string enough good days along, you know, good things will happen.
We'll take 2 more questions. Manuel Medina.
Hi, Greg. This is Manuel Medina from TX Sports in Mexico. Talking about Gianluca, he said yesterday something that I found very interesting. It was that he's taking motivation from winning the Nations League to try to win the Gold Cup. How did you talk to the players? How can you get this momentum and get it so you can get first to the final and then secondly to win this tournament? Thank you.
I think, you know, that's the objective from day one. And, you know, we're focused on competing to win this trophy. You know, and August 1st, we want to be playing in the final, and at night we want to be winning. We know it's a difficult task. We know there's some good teams in this tournament, and we don't want to disrespect any of the teams in the tournament. But for us, it's about taking it game by game, putting everything you got into that game, and then moving on to the next one. And we think we have a really talented group. It's a young group for sure, but there's some talent here, and we're looking forward to getting the tournament started.
Anthony Christensen.
Hey, Coach, I just wanted to kind of touch on the kind of the situation in Haiti with kind of the unrest going on there. I was wondering if you think that might affect the way that they are going to approach the game or how they're going to play it all, and if that's something that you kind of have to take into consideration yourself.
Well, you know, first of all, there's a lot more. There's a lot of things more important than soccer, you know, and this is certainly one of them. And we are thinking about the Haitians. We're thinking about their team, and we know it's not an easy time for them. So, you know, it's something that, you know, in sport sometimes, you know, actually participating in sport gives you that freedom and gives you that feeling where you can put your mind somewhere else. But, you know, we're certainly thinking about their team and hoping all is well.
Coach, thank you so much. With this, we conclude the press conference with Team USA. Thank you to all media members for your participation. The video will be available at the CONCACAF Media Center.